AITA for refusing to do a DNA test? My dad found out my mom was cheating and she won't say with who or when, but we know it's likely around the time she was on a stay-at-home mother. Thing is, she had all of us, 2 brothers 1 sister, around the same time, so any one of us could not be my father's. He's divorcing my mother and wants us to take a DNA test to prove we're his children, otherwise he isn't paying for college for us. He promised to do so before this and all of us have been counting on it. My sister, oldest, did the test because she was confident she was related to our dad. She was likely pre-cheating and she looks the most like him, so I was pretty she was. She's also in college and is relying on our dad, and he's going to keep paying because of the results of the paternity test came back positive. I have a feeling I'm not my dad's biological kid since I don't look anything like him, and people even have commented I don't look like the rest of my family. I'm terrified because I think he's upset enough that he won't talk to me anymore and definitely won't be paying for my college. I don't want to take the paternity test because I don't want to know, but if I don't, I probably won't get college paid for. The money isn't in a college fund but set aside as investments my dad has and isn't going to my mom in the divorce proceedings probably. I don't know how things will go and I'm starting college in September. I stupidly picked a pretty expensive school because I thought my dad would pay for it and he said it was okay, but now even if my mom was willing to, I don't think she can afford it. I'm so mad at her and my dad for putting me in this position. I've told him I'm not doing the test and he said that's okay, but he will assume I'm not his and not have anything else to do with me once since I'm 18 already. I'm living with my mom but not talking to her because of this. Edit. After reading some of the comments, I've decided to do the test. I didn't want to out of fear, but now it's clear it doesn't really matter and it's better I know for sure. So you're 18 and just found out your dad may not be your dad, and he's punishing you for something beyond your control. NTA, your mother is clearly an asshole. Your dad is being an asshole to treat you as a stranger if you're not getting a DNA test. NTA. Your parents suck. I'd have the DNA test done personally just to find out, and if you aren't your dad's, try to figure out who your biodad is. It will help later down the line if your doctors ever have any hereditary health questions. You don't have to now for sure, but I eventually would once I came to terms with it. I am so sorry you are going through this. That is so shitty to deal with as a 17 or 18-year-old kid. Go to the college you think will be best for your future. I funded my own college. My parents didn't pay a dime. You can do it. It's harder, but you are capable. Oh hun, course you're NTA, but what are you gaining by not taking it? Is there anyone you can talk to? Your dad is being awful. I can't imagine being willing to walk away from my child. And you are his child, whatever a blood test says. NTA. This is what I would say to my dad in this situation. Dad. You are my dad. You've been with me through my entire life, and everything that has happened to me. The fact that your pain and anger at my mother makes you willing to give me up, willing to give up our relationship, and the fact that you've been my dad for my entire life, and willing to abandon me is destroying me. Everything that you're feeling with mom is so valid and worthy. But why would you do this to me? Think for a minute whether it's worth destroying me because you're mad at mom. This isn't even about college. This is about the father you've known your entire life abandoning you 'cause he's hurt and pissed. What the hell? Your dad is a huge asshole. He's just gonna cut you off after being your dad for the past 18 years? I get the hurt of finding out your wife cheated, but that doesn't mean he should take it out on you. I'm sorry you're stuck in this situation. Probably the best thing to do would be to see if you can apply to a cheaper school or defer your application for a year. If he will not be funding, then you should prepare for that. Also start applying for scholarships. Edit. NTA. But you parents are both assholes. NTA. Ask your dad if the last 18 years of raising you meant nothing. Ask him if he is willing to hate your mother more than he loves you. You have had one father your whole life. Does he really want to throw that away? If I was in your shoes, I would likely be looking into legal options as well. Not sure if you can force him to pay. In some states, a promise is a legally binding contract. Edit. Never mind. NTA. Your mom's an asshole for obvious reasons. Your dad is also an asshole because I can't see how he can raise a child from birth and then be so cavalier about abandoning and disowning them for something that isn't even their fault. It's genuinely horrifying to me that he can apparently turn his love off that quickly. If it were me, I'm not sure the results of the DNA test would matter. I'd never be able to forgive my dad for having such an easy time turning his back on someone he raised and used to love. The only asshole here is your mother. Listen, I get that your dad isn't handling this in the best way possible, but just as you are dealing with this fallout, so is he. His wife of many years cheated on him and he has no idea how long, who, or when. His marriage is done. The life he knew is done. His trust is broken, he has been betrayed. He now has to get tested and worry about STDs, and worst of all, his kids may not be his kids. The man is hurting. He isn't handling it well, okay, but that doesn't make him an asshole. You're hurting too. Don't get me wrong, I totally understand that you are. But you can't dismiss what he's dealing with either. Your mother is refusing to even say, "No, I didn't cheat on you around the time I got pregnant with the kids," which means she's probably was. I'm sorry you're in this situation, truly I am, but if the condition now is get tested so he will pay for college, that's just his condition. You are absolutely in the right to refuse, but it is also his right to refuse to pay for it. A promise is not a legal obligation. I suggest you try to apply for loans, scholarships to see if you can get the help that way. Maybe speak to your mom and ask her to be honest with you. Tell her your future is on the line and you need her to be honest and truthful. Ask her if your dad really is your dad. If that doesn't work, maybe wait a bit, and when things have calmed down a little you can have a sit down with your dad and talk all of this out. I think right now things are just too fresh. Nah, expect your mom. NTA, however, you should ask him, if he is serious. Take the test anyway, there might be serious DNA and medical history you need to know. If he is not your father and some other guy is, you will need to find out if he has genetic markers for cancer or other diseases. Your mom is the asshole for cheating without protection. Has your brother taken one? Your father raised you, he is furious with your mother. Talk to him before taking the test and ask him if he really will punish you like this. Get the test. Do it for you, not for him. If you are the son of another, track him down and maybe he will pay for college since he had 18 years free from child support payments. NTA, but your dad has been lied to for 2 decades and is done. If you were the product of that lie, it's not your fault, but it isn't his either. Your mother is the NTA. Has your younger brother taken the test yet? If he's your father's, you could then have him take the test for you. Yes, it'd be tricking your dad, but fuck him. An adult who can be so hurtful to a child deserves nothing but contempt. NTA. I'd talk to your mom's divorce lawyer before deciding anything. In some states, parents can be on the hook for college in the case of divorce even though the kid is over 18. Parents actually have to pay child support directly to their adult child. So he may have to pay anyway. He's reacting from a huge amount of grief and betrayal. Hopefully he will come to his senses and realize you're his kid regardless of DNA. If not, I'm really very sorry op. You are going to need to line up a more affordable school JIC. NTA. Ask your dad why he's punishing his children for something his soon-to-be ex-wife did? Ask him if he will hate you, erase the love he's had for you before this? Ask him if you will be less of a person in his eyes if you aren't biologically his. Yes, your mom's an aw for cheating, but your dad is an aw for wanting to throw away his children over your mom's actions. A lot of people in this thread have some yikes takes. Removed. Deleted. Mom is clearly ta. I'm not sure about dad though. He's wrong for just throwing away an 18-year relationship, but damn, 18 years of being lied to has gotta hurt. I think he deserves the truth. Using college as a bargaining tool to get it is cold, but mom's clearly not going to be honest. He's not paying if you're not his child, and he's not paying if you're not getting the test. You have nothing to lose by doing the test. Dad and mom are the assholes, not you. Mom shouldn't have cheated, but dad raised you. For him to say he's done with you once you're 18 is fucked up. Don't take the test. Anyone can be a father, but not everyone can be a dad. If that's his mentality, he's not a nice dad. Info. How long has it been since he found out? Like, if it's just been few weeks, then it is possible that this is just an emotional reaction to such a devastating news and he doesn't really mean it. He is just not in right mind. Anyway, NTA. Mom clearly ta, father depends.